Okay, it's Paul from Proeye Communications and Security Systems. Just going to realign a ultra wideband parabolic grid. So this is the grid here. It's actually pointing to a cell tower out west. Sorry, in Victoria. And this is our articulating bracket that I actually designed a few years back. And there's the nuts that we can loosen, and we can rotate this grid. And when we loosen the U-clamps, we'll be able to rotate that. Now I've got this analyzer set up, so the cabling is going down there and we're joining under the roof, so I don't have to peel the sealed connection right there. So what I'm going to do is just going to load some presets. I'm just going to do that now. Okay, I'm going to go to OTA because I'm going to optimize this for Telstra. So Telstra OTA. Okay, here we go. Probably getting a bit of glare from the sun, so I'm just going to show it's loading now. Okay, so you can see here on the analyzer we're getting pretty good signals from out west, and important figures that we're looking at is SINR. So we've actually got pretty high SINRs from that cell tower, and you can see the frequencies. What we look for is the RSIP levels, the RSSI. So you can see we've got pretty high RSSIs. Also, here's the PCI group and sector, that's from the cell tower. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to loosen the bracket on the antenna. Okay, so it takes 13 mil, which is it's a 13 mil bolt nut, sorry. So I'm just going to loosen it up. There we go. Okay, so now it's loose. Okay, now I've got another cell tower out into that direction. I'm just going to point it over there. It's still a bit tight. Okay. Don't want to do it too loose. Okay, so now I should be able to hang that. A bit looser. Okay. Alright, and now I can turn it. Alright. Just going to pause the video as I turn. Okay, so I've just turned it, and now I'm just going to make some slight adjustments, just left and right. Now with this antenna, because it is articulating, I can loosen those and it'll rotate like a dial. So I've got it in a rough vicinity where it is now. Let's have a look at the values. Okay, so our SINRs is around 20 for some. So I'm looking at in particular here band 7. You can see band 3 is about 20 dB. Okay, and band 28 is high. So hang on, just to show you there. Okay, and 2640 is one of the band 7 channels. So I've got about 14 dB. So I'm just going to optimize it a little bit more. So I'm going to rotate the antenna now, which is the skew. So I'm going to loosen these up, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I've just loosened these up here. So now what I can do is I can skew, and that's by rotating this. So I've just set it to vertical polarity, and we're still pointing to that cell tower. You can have a look here. You'll see the SINRs have dropped. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to skew it the other way, about 45 degrees. Okay, let's have a look. And you can see here the SINRs, they're not as strong. So I would say that's plus 45. Now I'll just rotate the antenna a little bit, left and right. Just bring this closer. You can see from there. I'm just going to set up the analyzer a little bit closer so it's easier to see. Okay, without the glare now. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is panning the antenna. Give it some elevation. Okay. So at plus 45 skew, it's not as strong. So I'll go vertical skew. Okay, just point to the cell tower. Okay, so vertical, we've got really high SINR at 2155 megahertz. We've got really high SINR 21, band 3, and high SINR on 2640. Then we look at the RSRP to RSSI value. So 68, let's say 70 to 43. Okay, so there's about 30 dB difference, which is good. Now I'm going to set it to minus 45. So I'm just going to skew it. Okay, out there. Let's have a look at it again. Alright, so you can see 2640's drop. The only one that's remaining high is 2155. And 1812 seems to be high. So I'm going to put it to vertical pole again. Right, so those levels are going right up. So 2155 is high, 1812 is 24, and if you look at these ones, 18 and 20. Just going to try that again. So now we're going to go minus 45. Okay, so minus 45 on the higher frequencies is dropped. We go plus 45. And on the higher frequencies it's dropped right down. Okay, so we're going to try vertical. And it's all really high. So we'll leave it at vertical polarity. And just another thing, we'll look at the SINR to RSSI. So if we go plus 45. Okay, so that's 86 to 40, so there's 46 dB, nearly 50 dB difference. So it's about 40 dB difference. Whereas if I go vertical, let's have a look at it now. Okay, so she's come down. 68, 70. So it's about 68 to 35. That's about 30 and a bit dB. So 42 plus, 69 minus 39. Yeah, it's about 30 dB. Just under 30 dB difference. So we'll leave it at that. And that's how you adjust an antenna to ensure optimal coverage is achieved. Now, just out of interest, I'll point back to the other cell. Okay, just pause the video for a sec. The original cell tower we had it at. If you have a look, with vertical pole, it's around 23, 19 and so forth. Now I'll skew it. So plus 45. You can see it's dropped. Go minus 45. So it's come right up. So on this particular cell tower out west, it's minus 45. However, on the other cell tower, to get optimal signal, we go vertical pole, which is there, and you'll have a look at the higher SINRs and a good RSRP to RSRQ ratios, RSSI ratios. So I've just got to line her up. Just check it again. Okay, so the SINRs have dropped a bit. Let me just check plus 45 again. Okay, so they're low. Minus 45. Minus 45 is a lot better. Okay, it's just a matter of making slight adjustments just to get the high values. I'll try vertical. See 2640s up in the 22s. That's up to 20. So obviously it is vertical pole for this particular cell tower. And all I'm going to do is just make slight adjustments. You'll see those SINRs come up and down. There we go. And I'm only moving it a few degrees. So I've moved it 2 degrees. I'm going to go 2 degrees left. You'll see that come up. There you go. So I literally moved it that much. And you'll see the SINR drop. Now I'll move it that much back. That's probably about 1 or 2 degrees. Let's have a look at the SINR. It's up to 20. So these antennas, you do have to pay attention because making slight adjustments, the cell tower that I'm looking at is probably about 500 meters away. Okay, and I'm just going to zoom in, show you the tower in the distance. You see that? There it is right there. That's the panel we're hitting. So these antennas are quite directional. There's other panels just there on your right, but just this one here, I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit more. And there's the cell tower panel. Okay. And all I need to do now is just tighten her up slowly and ensuring I keep it. In some situations you can change the elevation by pointing slightly up or pointing slightly down. In our situation we just need to go straight. So it has a little bit of a down tilt, but I'll adjust that. And as I tighten, I'll just keep checking on the analyzer here for the values. Thanks for watching this video.